Yes, of course, I do have some Vive trackers, and it's hard not to get some if you're into a virtual production. But I think there's a solution that's much better than a Vive tracker, especially if you want to start with a virtual production. And that's what this video is all about. I want to show you the alternative. So first of all, I tried the Vive trackers for a long time, and I will share also my workflow about the Vive trackers here in the near future. Well, I love them because it's just, I find it so fascinating having something only connected to a cube in Unreal Engine, move it and then the cube moves. I mean, it's so much fun. Well, but I definitely got much better results with this one. It's an Intel T265, Intel Resense 265 tracking sensor. And also do have a vanishing point system, a professional virtual production tracking system, complete system, not only tracking system. And that made me realize how bad the Vive trackers really are. No, not bad, but was really missing with the Vive trackers, yeah, because some very crucial things are missing with the Vive trackers. We'll talk about what's really missing and the issues about the Vive trackers in another video. Let's focus on the solution. Let's focus on what we have here. So right now you're seeing Xsymmetry. Maybe you heard about it. Maybe you saw this before. That's what I'm using right now. Not only for this live composition. So I really record this here right now with OBS, and you can stream it to Zoom, to Skype, to anywhere, to Twitch, to YouTube. And I do not have a tracking system in use right now, but I have camera movement, as you can see. Yeah, this is just a very simple A to B move, and it works pretty great. So this is a pre-programmed camera move, but I can also just move the camera here with the mouse. I can go further away, and I can make these huge camera movements. Let me see, can I do this like this? Go down. Oh, there's this my new light here. So yeah, it's pretty fascinating how I can move here around with Xsymmetry. I want to talk to you about this workflow in Unreal Engine, not in Xsymmetry. But I think the workflow comes from Xsymmetry, and Xsymmetry still has some advantages. First of all, let me show you my my footage that I have here right now. So it's better than in my previous video. Maybe you saw my green screen, how bad it was lit. I got a second light in the back, but well, it's a bad lit green screen, yeah. And I mean, how well does the green now work? I cropped it a little and worked with the green. Yeah, so that's my Kia, and the Kia in Xsymmetry is definitely very good. Also some features like here, some color correction and light features that are really great, and what I especially love is this light drop. So, and these are just single clips. This is possible in Xsymmetry. Everything is possible in Unreal Engine, but it takes much more steps to do than just the click of a button. Okay, so I mean, that's the alternative to the Vive trackers I want to share with you. But let me show you what I created with this, and I have a lot to cover. So first of all, this one. This here is no tracking system. I play the piano. This is two different green screen shots from me, and here then from V, from my girlfriend, that I just positioned in the in this world. And the camera is moving just from the back to the front. And also, can you see how the focus changes here? Yeah, that was just the change of the virtual focus of my virtual camera. On the left side, I have green screen footage, stock footage here for this character, and the other characters are virtual characters. So that's amazing. Another scene, the camera is not moving here, but also here. No need for a tracking system and no need for Vive trackers. You can do a lot of stuff in Unreal Engine, and it's free. You just need a good PC, good gaming PC, as I love to say. So this is something I did with the vanishing point system. First, I start talking to the camera, and then a little later, I take the camera into my hand and make something like a room tour. And this is definitely so much easier with the vanishing point system compared to the Vive Trackers, because the Vive Trackers not only have this jitter issues, but they have a lot of sliding, and it takes a long time to calibrate them again and again and again and again. This is also the vanishing point system that I'm filming the Tesla bot here on the right side. Oh, it's just virtual scene. It's also just the Intel sensor. Yeah, and the composition is on a tripod, so no tracking system for this picture. Okay, long story short, when we go now to Unreal Engine and navigating here through our scene, the first step we should do is to place a plane into the scene, adjust the scale so that it matches 16:9, just the format. As soon as it does this, we scale it down because we don't need it that big. Rotate it in the scene, and then we apply our footage to it. There are a couple of steps you need to do to import the video really and to have it ready that you can apply it. But once you did it, and it's not too many steps, yeah, you have your footage here, and you can see it receives the lighting from the Unreal Engine scene. I mean, this helps a lot, yeah, that the lighting from the virtual scene is already applied to this plane and to the footage. And once you have it there, you can then add a cine camera. Also position it a little. Let me pilot this camera, right click pilot, and then I can see it. So the huge danger for this situation now is that when we move too much to the side, we have this distortion, and then the cheating comes through live. So there are possibilities to make the plane look to the camera at the same time. So it helps with cheating. Let's adjust the focus that it automatically tracks the plane and that this plane is always in focus. Okay, this should be it. And then you can start making camera moves. And if you say, no, they're too boring, they're too static like this, you can go to sequencer and really make it look definitely more realistic, like that it's more like a handheld camera. And if you have an iPad, then you can get a Vive tracker to make a more realistic handheld shot and record this with sequencer. So that's the option with Unreal Engine. The thing is, if you're new to Unreal Engine, you have enough to do beside the tracking system, what you have to care about. Like, there are so many steps to discover. It's not hard, it's just a lot of steps. And it's definitely worth it to focus on these steps than getting Vive trackers and tracking systems and all the stuff. I mean, it's great. I love it. It's fun. I mean, I love everything around virtual production. But there are also some advantages beside that it's cheap and an easy entry into the world of virtual production. Let me show you a video that I'm working on right now. So this one, it's for a music video, and you can see it's a huge camera shot, right? You don't have, and suddenly there's this artist now in the middle of the scene, and also there, and I mean the plan is that it's going on and on and on. This is work in progress. You will see this music video very soon. Yeah, well, I'm still working on the camera, yeah, but those huge cinematic camera shots, yeah, wouldn't be possible just with a tracking system in a studio. And you need to work with the virtual cameras, and that's a huge advantage with this approach, working just placing the footage into the 3D world and then working with virtual characters. So I want to cover one more step. Maybe you say, yeah, but I can see on YouTube, I can see these videos here. Where these huge studios with LED walls, and they're making amazing camera shots, and they're also working with Vive trackers. What's wrong with the Vive trackers? Yeah, so you can hear they have this, I forgot the name of this guy, but here the base stations. So first of all, there's a chance that back in the day there were not many alternatives to the Vive Trackers than very, very expensive tracking systems. But the thing is this. So first of all, they are making very wide shots. So they are working, in most cases, they're working with a landscape. And like small issues, like small sliding issues are not noticeable with these landscape shots. Yeah. Yeah, in most cases you can see that they're in a desert or like nearly all the time in a desert. Oh, now they have this this room here, but also there's like a huge distance between where the table is and when you look exactly, so you don't see these sliding issues with this. And also there's the chance that they just took a long time to do the calibration for the scene. For example, there's this other video and they are showing the Vive Trackers all the time and they're making these huge and amazing shots. And it looks good, and don't get me wrong, you can make great things with Vive Trackers, yeah? But these are so huge productions with so many people. They probably have 5 dedicated people that only care about the Vive Trackers and make sure to recalibrate them again and again and again and again. Yeah. And also, there are more like these landscape shots, and that these landscape shots are definitely much easier than a shot that I'm doing right now here. Yeah. So I'm here at the desk. And when I'm moving the camera, okay, it's of course when I move the camera here with the mouse, it's not like a handheld shot, yeah. But depending on what you want to achieve, yeah. But you can see that I really stick also when I move very fast to my background, to the screens, and this wouldn't be possible with the Vive Trackers. Not in this quality, not with this. So there would be sliding issues. Yeah, one would be earlier and the other one would be a little later. So especially when we do something like, yeah, the test, the stress test. Okay, one last thing. A person very popular for the Vive Trackers is Richard Franson, one of the godfathers for virtual production, and he was very popular that he was had this Vive Trackers tutorial, but he was using Xsymmetry. Back in the days it was also, you needed to use Xsymmetry to get the Vive Trackers to work. Today there's this new plugin and you can use Vive Trackers immediately with Unreal Engine without using Xsymmetry. Okay, but he showed this Xsymmetry workflow. He is a heavy user of Xsymmetry. And also, he switched to the anti-latency system, and I have to give him a lot of props. He worked like in his studio 1 year with Vive Trackers only. So he operated his virtual production studio with Vive Trackers for 1 year. So again, don't get me wrong, you can do this, but in his video he also explains that he was finally happy to leave them and to get the anti-latency system, which is definitely also a great system. I haven't tried it personally, but what I saw and what I read about it, it has definitely all the professional features you need for serious virtual production with a tracking system. So right now, the entry level for this is the ReTracker or RE-Tracker software with an intersensor or this anti-latency system. And then the next step is the vanishing point system. And then you have the much more expensive systems like Stipe and Moses. But I mean, I can't wait to see what the future brings. I'm pretty sure there are other technologies. Oh, for the iPhone, there's this CamTrack AR, which is really great. It's not real time, but it's a very great solution. But only if you really work like with the iPhone camera. Okay, that's another thing. If you're interested in my workflow here for this Unreal Engine thing, especially if you want to recreate this bar scene that I have here, I do have a course where we go step by step, really from installing Unreal Engine till creating exactly this scene here. You get my footage, you get my virtual characters that I created, and you can recreate this exact scene here, this piano bar scene. You can also create your own scene. I share this workflow, how I did this. you should check this out on my website, moons-mooniverse.com. The link is in the description. Yeah, I have different courses for virtual production, for green screen with Unreal Engine, to achieve multiple different results, or if you want to create music videos, or if you want to learn more about DMX. And of course, I will share more workflows and more steps here on my channel, so make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy that I can share my passion with you guys. And also, my courses always come with a money back guarantee. So I really prefer having a customer less than someone who's not really satisfied and happy with it. I always give my best that these courses matches what you want to accomplish. They are very detailed at the same time, but not too boring. Also, I try to make them affordable. So check them out. Again, thanks so much for being here, and I'm looking forward to see you in one of my courses on the next video.